Good morning, everybody, and today I am going to discuss one of the most important topics, European structuralism. Before going to talk about European structuralism, we should know about structuralism because we are very concerned with structuralism, not mainly with American or European structuralism. So let's get started. Structuralism is a movement of thought in the human sciences. It's a term of literary criticism related to language, though it influenced a number of moves of knowledge and movements like philosophy, anthropology, social science, literature in Europe. Actually, it became a major post-intellectual movement in Europe and the United States. But the fact is that structuralism includes all kinds of communicative methods, both verbal and non-verbal, as well as sign and signification. As a result, it relates all the forms of sign like fire, traffic light, flybeacon, body language, artifacts, status symbol, and so on. Even the study of animal behavior is also equally important and related to structuralism. But now it designates the practice of critics who analyze literature on the explicit model of modern linguistic theory. Now let's discuss European structuralism. European structuralism is not only a heterogeneous movement of linguistics but also a movement of thought in the human sciences. It developed in Europe during 1970s. European structuralism is related to the study of languages which cannot be separated from semantics, rather it is connected with it. It is necessarily applied and takes a lot of linguistic approaches. Its theoretical, paradigmatic and contrastive relationship exist in European structuralism. Besides one language theory for every European language is also one of the characteristics of European structuralism. But besides, not different cultures and languages was studied on its own. Swiss linguist Ferdinand DE Saussure was the chief representative of European structuralism. He is considered to be the most prominent European linguist. He is regarded as the founding father of modern linguistics. However, he is the chief exponent in the development of the structuralist linguistics, which was developed in Europe during which was developed in the post-First World War period. He is famous for his key text, Course in General Linguistics, dealing with linguistic thinking and language. He thinks that language can be viewed as a structured system. He is mainly famous for his idea that language is a system of arbitrary sign. That means a written word is an image of a vocal sign. Besides, he made a number of fundamental distinctions which are still basic to linguistic thinking. These are lang versus parallel and the parallel versus lang dichotomy. He says that there are two sides to language, lang and parallel. Lang is that part of language which is not complete in any individual but exists only in their connectivity. On the other hand, parallel is observable in the behavior of the individual. According to Saussure, it is not homogeneous. He strongly believes that linguistics is fundamentally the study of lang and sometimes a linguistics of parallel. The distinction between lang and parallel has suffered two major changes in the subsequent scholarship. One of the most prominent linguists in the world, Noam Chomsky, introduces the distinction between competence and performance. Performance is very like Saussure parallel. However, competence is unlike Saussure lang in that it has no social side to it. It's a mental construct in the individual, although Saussure concedes that lang is something which exists in each individual. He also adds that it is common to all of them. He also points out that for Saussure, Lang is a system of sign, while for Chomsky, competence is a generative system. This is an accurate description of Lang, but doesn't seem to be fundamental to the notion of it in the way that its social aspect is. In more recent work of Noam Chomsky, competence and performance have given way to a third distinction between I language and E language, where I and E are interpreted as internalized and externalized. For Saussure, linguistics deals with Lang. For Noam Chomsky, linguistics deals with I language. So, for Saussure, linguistics involves studying the language of the community, while for Noam Chomsky it involves studying the language of the potential of the individual. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for your cooperation and coordination.